Hi, have you ever followed the law of attraction teachings and the success gurus and yet found that although you could manifest the small things in life, the bigger things in life were more elusive? I certainly know that feeling because I experienced it myself, and so I decided that I was going to look and find the missing link as to why so many people were following the success gurus but just weren't achieving a balanced approach to their life. Hi, I'm Brooke from the Brooke Life Transformational Program, the cutting edge DIY healing system that is giving you back the power. One of the reasons that we do not get the same results as we go deeper and deeper into our personal growth is because the law of attraction is sitting on the surface. It's quite a superficial approach to manifesting what you want in life. And the more that you become more authentic, you will go through various layers that you need to clear. And that is all around the vibration that you're putting out into the world. And your vibration is within your words. Your words have a frequency, a vibration and a tone. And it's within your energy field, it's within everything. And what impacts on your vibration are your mindsets, and your mindsets are created from prior wounds, and every now and then they will surface in order to get your attention to clear so that you grow in a higher vibration and you are becoming more and more authentic. So this is a 10-part series where we're going to drill down and we're going to touch on some of the reasons that the law of attraction and the current teachings around creating success may be missing some important clues. Hi, it's Brooke back again, and this is the 10-part series of how to design and create the lifestyle that you truly want when you have used the law of attraction and the success guru's teaching and yet found it just a little elusive on all areas of your life. So my tip number one, and this is indicative of any stage of your life because it is constantly evolving, and that is to identify what you don't want. And that's because a lot of people don't really have a crystal clear view of what they do want. And as I said, it keeps evolving. So you make your list of what you don't want, and then you make a list of what you do want. And then you look at the statement that you're actually using. Now, the success gurus will tell you to say, I am happy and in gratitude that I am attracting multiple strands of income into my life right now. Now, I did that. And what I found was after about 15 days, I started to feel resistance in my body. And I recognized that my subconscious mind was beginning the process of pulling me back into my old comfort zone where it was comfortable. And so I changed the statement. I'm happy and in gratitude that I'm in the process of attracting multiple strands of income into my life right now. And I did that for 28 days. And my subconscious mind was comfortable around that, and it didn't push up to the surface massive saboteurs. So that's my number one tip for today. Hi, Brooke back again with tip number 2 in the series of creating and designing the lifestyle that you truly desire on all levels of your business. So this particular one, I want to talk a little bit about vibration. Now, people may not fully understand the whole dynamic of vibration, but it is the missing link. And the vibration is contained within your voice, and your voice has a frequency, a vibration and a tone. It is contained within the words that you write. It is contained within your energy field. It is contained within everything that you actually do and be. And the trick to this is, how do you know if your vibration is high? And that's what the Brooke Life Transformational Program, the Cutting Edge DIY System, is about, is to educate and show you how you can identify what your vibration is, where you're sitting on the vibrational scale, that's my cat in the background, and where you literally are in everything. So to understand vibration, I say to people, go and listen to Susan Boyle's first audition tape and take a note of how you feel when you watch that. And when you watch it, as most of the world did, is that they got massive goosebumps. So then you go and listen to one of her recordings, and in the recording you will hear that her voice is beautiful, but there's no goosebumps. What's going on? What's going on is that when you are fully grounded in your body, mind and soul, and anchored in your heart, but anchored in and grounded into the earth, you have a different vibration. And your heart is expansive. And when Susan first sang, she sang from her heart. And the world felt it. The world got goosebumps and it went viral. When you put her into the studio, you rework her voice and it loses the vibration. And this is the missing link, because your vibration is what will attract in the magic and the juiciness of life. So it'll either attract in or repel. And that's why this system is so important, because you need to be working on yourself on a consistent basis. And in this tip, we're going to look at active listening. Now, how does active listening really align with creating and designing your ideal life? Well, everything is a vibration. As I've said, your words have a frequency, a vibration and a tone, as do your thoughts. Now, active listening is about being able to allow the other person to express what they want to say without you thinking about what is your answer to that person whilst they're talking. It's about being able to be grounded and aligned and centered into your heart so that you can actually hear the words that the other person is speaking without reacting. Because when we're not able to actively listen, and that is to truly hear what the other person is saying or writing or communicating, then we have dropped into antagonism. And this means that when we are feeling antagonistic, we are having a reaction, and that immediately drops your vibration, which interferes with the frequency that you are projecting outwards to attract back in the magic and juiciness of life. And when there is an energy of antagonism that is contained within the communication that you're having with the other person or even yourself, then there is blame and judgment that is contained within that. And so the person who is listening is not actually hearing what the other person is conveyed, because their subconscious mind has activated this antagonism, this defense, And so instead of listening and assessing what is actually really being said, there is a reaction online. And the moment there is a reaction online, it means that your ego has been activated. And it just changes the whole dynamic of vibration. And as I said, of your ability to manifest the lifestyle that you want to create. Because the moment that you put out an intent to the universe that you want to create a certain thing, that goes out into the ethers, and you would hope it's laser beam focused, so it's like a clear line direct from your thought, your desire, to the law of attraction. But the moment that antagonism comes up or your ego is triggered, it starts to go across there, and you've got all this other energy vibrations that are contained within your desire to manifest the life that you want. So that's why it's so important to really monitor and observe yourself when you're having conversations with other people. And in this tip, we're going to look at mindsets and limiting beliefs. Now, in order to create the lifestyle that you so desire, we of course have an intent. And this series is about building on that and understanding how all of this interacts and why vibration is so crucial to success. Now, our beliefs are created from an experience that we have had. And generally in life, it is considered that between 1 and 7 are the years that you really start to bed in these beliefs and these mindsets. And they are based on your experience with your parents, your family, and their parents, and so on, through the genetic line. It's all a part of the imprinting that a child has that actually comes in with some of those things and then builds on them between 1 and 7. And that shapes the life experience. So we get to an adult and we realize that we actually have some choices, that we can actually design the life that we truly want. Except now we have a storehouse of these limiting beliefs and mindsets that have been created from that. So how do we unravel that? And how do we literally transform and rewire our brain so that we are rewired for positive movement forward and for success? What I discovered, actually by accident, was that the Free to Be program, which releases emotional stress in 4 minutes, that when you use it regularly, it is gently going down and defragging all the computer files, like a body, mind, soul, virus protection software. And what it was doing was it was going down and clearing deeper and deeper and deeper, but ever so gently. So it didn't hit you in the face that this was happening, but in time it started to reveal itself. And what I discovered was that, for example, the behavior of control is insidious and very, very difficult to break. But when you use the program, it gently went down and cleared the reasons that the person developed controlling behavior. And it is because they don't feel safe. And so when you release that core pattern, you begin to unlock your limiting beliefs that are creating the mindsets around lack and struggle. So this is why it is so important to have a synergistic program that is on the vibrational level that you need to break through these limiting beliefs and these mindsets that keep you trapped into doing the same and recycling the same behaviors that you've always done. Because when you want to design a new life, you will go forward and you'll no doubt be using affirmations and all the things that you've been told to do, the vision boards, the affirmations, the writing it all down. But the subconscious mind is so powerful. And so every time it takes a step forward, the ego is checking, doing a balance check. Is this where I want to go? Am I comfortable? No, I'm not. Pulls back. And up will come a limiting belief, a mindset that tells you that maybe this is not the direction I want to go. So it's so important to be doing due diligence on a daily basis. So comparing ourselves to others. It's not easy to stop doing that. However, if you notice that you are comparing yourself to someone else, that is the moment you need to stop and step back and use a process such as the Friend Be program or whatever it is that you have at your disposal to recenter, realign, bring your energy right down from your crown, right down through the whole chakra system, down what they call the main vertical power current, down your legs, into the centre of the earth and back up into your heart, and then flow it back up to the heart and mind of God. Or alternatively, go for a walk on the beach, into nature, whatever it takes for you to come back into your centre and into your heart. Because at the basis of comparing yourself to others, immediately what is being triggered is your ego and your belief that you're not good enough, that that other person that you are comparing yourself to is better than you are. Now the point is, of my work particularly, is about educating people and getting them to the point where they are continually, as much as humanly possible, centered and aligned and anchored in their heart but grounded in reality. Because when you are in that state of being, you are connected to your higher power. And the reality is that everybody is unique and everyone has their own unique success blueprint. That's the number 5 in the success, money and wealth success blueprints that you probably hear me talk about later on, not in this series. When you are that aligned and that grounded and that centered, what happens is that you will receive inspired information that is pertinent to you. It is pertinent to your purpose, your life purpose, and how you move forward and how you create the lifestyle that you so desire. And so when you're looking and comparing yourself with that person or whatever it is that you're seeing, you've triggered doubt. And we've covered doubt in an earlier tip. And it is insidious, but it will have you believe that you are not good enough because that person is better than you and you have nothing to offer. Bang, you've cancelled out that intent that you placed out into the ethers to tell the law of attraction that you desire to achieve this result. All gone, finished, doubt. Which means that you have to go back to square one and start the whole process again. So what I've discovered is that when either doubt or you start comparing, or the moment that any limiting belief has been triggered that is hitting your mindsets, because you've got these neurotransmitters that fire off these snaps in your brain, the moment that you attach a expectation, an emotion, a doubt, a thought to something that is opposite to that which you desire to achieve. you need to stop and get onto it straight away. It's not that this doesn't happen, it does. This is about mastery. And mastery is about being very mindful and very aware of the thoughts that run through your mind, the reactions that you have, and how you actually transform that. So why does this happen? It's a part of the self-sabotage pattern that we all have. When you go through life, generally speaking, if you are focused on creating more material assets that can be at the expense of your personal, authentic spiritual journey, you will have certain situations that are going to come up and hit you. Some are smooth and minor, and you can traverse through that experience quite simply. And then other times it is out of left field, it is a massive life challenge that leaves you reeling and just everything goes into a heap. Now, I've had clients that I've worked with who have experienced this, and what we discovered was really quite an interesting point, was that it all came back to their beliefs around money and success and their mindsets, and the common denominator was actually greed and fear of poverty. And so how did we address that? Well, the first thing was that we needed to address, first of all, the fear and what was actually coming up at that point. And the Freedom to Be program was a lifesaver for them, because they were able to use that program anytime, night or day, to clear what was coming up for them. And they had a lot of self-sabotage patterns come into the surface at that time. And so it's crucial to keep them focused, aligned, grounded, clearing as everything came up at that time, so that instead of all of the energy that they had going towards basically combating this self-sabotage pattern that was rising, they actually were able to then actively listen to what their soul was calling for them to learn about this experience. And together we worked to identify those issues. I took them through the Money Loves You program, and that identified their core money pattern. And then we used a process to realign all that. So that took them from great fear around the loss of money and their home and their business, and allowed them that energy they needed to start actively hearing other solutions that could allow them to recreate and design a more fulfilling life. So self-sabotage patterns are insidious. We all have them. And the best way to deal with them is, again, have a synergistic program that is going to allow you to identify what is really going on. Because the one thing you need to understand is that life is like an iceberg. And with an iceberg, you only see this tiny little part, the tip above the water. But underneath, there is this massive iceberg. And it's what is contained underneath the water, in other words, underneath your conscious mind, what is contained underneath is where the power is to create the lifestyle that you want. But it is also, the balance of that is your self-sabotage patterns. and they can stop you in your tracks. And so you need something that is going to help you drill down super fast to clear what is going on in your life. In this particular tip, we're going to be looking at creativity and why creativity is so important to you achieving the results that you so desire. Creativity is a vibration. Yes, it's an action and we're doing things, but it's also about the vibration. Because we're looking at vibration, how vibration interacts, and how when you get into doubt and comparing, it drops your vibration. Creativity is the way that you can actually bring your vibration up higher. So one of the things that you can do is put on some music, play it very loud. I'm lucky I have acoustic doors in my house. I can block out the sound going to the neighbours. And then either dance, do artwork, do something that is creative, and that is going to increase your vibration. So what happens when you're not feeling creative? Generally speaking, if you're not feeling that creative energy, your vibration is actually low. And so that's where you start. You start to identify why is your vibration low. So it's not really about procrastination, it's really about that you're simply just not in that vibration. And that's the key. So this is probably the only instance that I would say fake it till you make it. So you can just put on the music in the first instance and then just listen to the music through headphones. And why headphones? What happens is that when you're having music through your headphones, it's actually going straight in and integrating the left and right brain. The other tip is to have some books that have a high vibration in them. This is why I use my own books every day as an oracle. Some use the Conversations with God. It is about having a book that really has some insightful knowledge, but is also the vibration of the words is very high, and that will realign you. And then further infuse that by doing the action of creating something. That then lifts your vibration, and then it is about taking the time to be centered and aligned so that you're listening to your higher power as to what are the steps that you need to take in order to take your next action that is going to create the positive results. And this is all about creating a laser beam focus. In life, you need to have a structure that you use, or a routine that you use on a daily basis and a consistent basis to keep you aligned so that you do get the results that you so desire. So in this particular tip, we're going to be looking at perfectionism and over-analysing things. When we get into the energy of perfectionism, there is an element that we do not feel good enough. There is an element that we need to be perfect all of the time so that we appear to be on track, we appear to be the expert, we appear to be knowledgeable of our subject. That is actually what will block your creativity and achieving the goal of creating the life that you so desire. The same with over-analysing things, because the whole purpose of this series is to explain to you about the vibration And a consistently high vibration is dependent on you being in the flow of your creative energy. And when you're in the flow of creative energy, you are trusting that what you are having is an inspired thought. An inspired thought doesn't need perfectionism because it is already perfect. It is perfect because it is uniquely yours. Within that action is the frequency, the vibration, and the tone that is uniquely you. Therefore, it is perfect. So if you are coming up against perfectionism, stop and ask yourself why you need to have this to be perfect. Do you feel that if you are not presenting something that is perfect, that you will be judged? You probably will, because you're already judging yourself. And when you're judging yourself as not being good enough, or not, that what you are presenting isn't okay as it is, then that puts out a vibration that other people feel and they respond to. So they will mirror back to you why you feel the need to be perfect. So stop. It doesn't matter. What matters more than anything is about being authentic. And sometimes being authentic is looking a mess, presenting from your heart, making mistakes, because that's life. If everything was absolutely super perfect in every given moment, why would you even begin to do something? I remember once watching a dancing competition, and each time they held the series, the dancers had practiced and practiced and practiced, and so every movement was so precise, so strong, so right. It was boring. It was too much, because it just was too much. So perfectionism is actually working against you. As Michelle would say, imperfect action is perfect. And throughout the tips that I've been giving you and sharing with you, I have been mentioning the Free to Be program and the Brooke Life Transformational program. And so in this video, I want to explain a little bit about what this is about. The Free to Be program is a program that releases emotional stress in 4 minutes without the need for you to go into the story or to even know what is really going on, because your high intelligence will choose what it is that you need to be mindful of in that moment. And the actual process will release what has come to the surface. And it will gently then go down deeper and deeper and deeper and begin to clear deep core patterns, such as control. I had been using the program for about 12 months, and suddenly someone mentioned that I no longer had the need to control people or outcomes. And I was really amazed, because controlling behaviour is extremely difficult to get a person to change. And it's because we don't feel safe. So what the program was doing at a deeper level was releasing my wounding around not being safe. So the Life Transformational Program is a collection of fast-track processes and different healing systems that have all come together to form a synergistic program. And a part of that is the Money Loves You program. So my work has been very much about transforming all things around relationships to create a really great relationship with yourself and with others. And then I moved on to the money situation, and I created a program or fast track process that would allow you to drill right down super fast and get into your money thoughts, patterns and beliefs, and then to realign your financial blueprint and reset it to unlimited. So this becomes a program that will help you and support you through any life challenge that you face in life. And I would like to invite 10 ladies to form a beta testing group where I can coach and work with you as you move through this process of first of all, experiencing what the Freedom to Be program can do for you, because it is cutting edge, it is amazingly intuitive, and we have tried to beat this system many times. Something will come up and think, oh no, I don't want to know about that today. Shut the book up again because it's a spiral bound book, and you do it again and the same thing will come up. And there's testimonials on my websites where a young girl said that the same thing had to come up 3 times in a row. And so she knew, even at her tender age, that this was something that she needed to look at. So I'm inviting you to comment and to reach out to me if you're interested in becoming a part of my beta group to test and drive this program in its current format. The Freedom to Be program has been out for a while, and we've got amazing testimonials and amazing results where people have literally turned the whole life around. But this is something new, so I invite you to join me. Thank you.